Hello everyone, and it's the amazing Digital Circus. All of you and I are looking forward to the second series of the amazing Digital Circus. The authors are working hard on new episodes, and most likely the second series is already ready. But what's left is to dub it all, which means that the second episode should be out very soon. As we know, the first episode was released on October 14th, 2023, almost 3 months ago. And in this video, I'll give you a new teaser from the developers, which was released just recently. Yes, you heard right. The developers give us new information, which will most likely be connected with further series. The thing is that the authors have to prepare us for the release of the second series. So, let's start with the first piece of news. Just recently, Glitch put up a post and wished us all a digital Christmas. What was interesting was that the authors showed us an abstracted Christmas tree, as if Kaufmo was pulled out of the basement. Perhaps this is a spoiler for the new episode, or maybe for the entire series. Maybe in the future, the characters will have to go down to the basement and bring back all the abstracted characters, after which, somewhere in the depths of the basement will be the exit from the Digital Circus. If we look at the picture further, we can see that everyone gets a different gift here. Gangle gets a lucky mask from Zubul, and she's even without a lucky mask, she's happy about this gift. The Kinger gets a new pillow for his fortress from Rogata. Jax is probably preparing a gift for Rogata. Also, if we read the post itself, we realize that the developers are preparing other projects besides the Digital Circus. So why have I shown you all this? I believe that this post tells us that the new episode could be released as early as this month. But the problem is that when the pilot came out, a lot of people started to worry that Digital Circus would have a sad fate like other shows that only got their popularity when the first episode came out. Worries arose with the fact that after the release of the first episode, everyone suddenly disappeared somewhere. But the most important thing is that by our time, the announcements began to come out, and it cannot but be happy. So in terms of the release of the second and the rest of the series, cannot worry. We can only wait, but we have not long to wait. And I can say with certainty that in the near future, the second series should definitely be released, because the authors have presented us the concept of the circus itself. Now we know what the circus really looks like. This leads to a lot of theories and mysteries because we were presented new rooms, the location of many objects, and much more. But let's talk about everything in order. As we can see in the picture, the circus is 5 floors high, although it looks much bigger. But these shaded areas on each floor are obviously needed for something. Perhaps they are some kind of additional rooms. At the very top, we see a funny-looking crow's nest. I don't know what it's for, but maybe it's been removed. Because I didn't see any nest when I watched the first episode, there is a possibility that it will be needed for future episodes. Maybe someone will live there, or it will be connected with the next assignment from Kane. Also, in the picture, we see a fortress, which is also likely to be used for an adventure that Kane will arrange for our characters. Next, we see flying figures and a structure made of bubbles. What do you think they might be for? If we look further, we see the rooms where the characters live in the Digital Circus. The authors also drew us Pomni, so we know where she lives. As we know, there are many more locations in the Digital Circus, and this picture does not represent all of them. But the developers have presented us another photo with the image of the circus from above. Basically, everything is the same here. A castle, a lot of doors, and a dormitory. By the way, have you ever wondered why the rooms of abstracted characters remain? The images of them are simply crossed out so that no one goes in there. But what are they left for? There is a possibility that there will be a possibility that the abstracted characters will return, because I personally think that these rooms were left for a reason. Consider, for example, the quests that Kane gives. After the characters in the Digital Circus complete them, Kane removes all the details and all the NPCs that were associated with that task. What are the objects that should logically be missing for After All? Write your theories in the comments. And we're moving on to what we're here for. A new teaser from our developers. Teaser for the second episode of the amazing Digital Circus. You remember that website from Wacky Watch, when Kane got the notification that Pomni had fallen into the void, right? That's where we saw the teaser for the first episode, pilot, and so we can assume we're seeing a second teaser that hasn't been posted in full yet, but has already shown us something on that site. If you go to this site and turn on the video, you'll see a sleeping Pomni in her new room. That's all the developers have left us with so far, but even based on that, we've learned something new. To be honest, I thought there would be something else. However, there is nothing here besides the sleeping Pomni. There's nothing else going on in the frame. Sure, we would have liked to learn something more, but that's all there is for now. Back to the question of when the new episode will be released, I can say that based on the teaser that was released, the new episode will be very soon. So what did we learn from this video? We learned what Pomni's room looks like from the inside. First of all, if we pay attention to the color of the bed, we make sure it's the same as the Pomni costume. The colors of the room themselves also match the color scheme of the costume. We see a lot of red, but there's also yellow. It's almost as if this is the actual room for a clown. Although, if we remember the room of another clown, Kaufmo, it is far from being as colorful as Pomni's room. And if we think back to Gangel's room, which was depicted in one of the arts, it's very different from Kaufmo's room, much less Pomni. Gangel's room is kind of depressing. Even with the fact that we weren't fully shown Pomni's room, it already looks much more interesting than the other characters' rooms. Even though we only know the 3 rooms the developers have presented to us. Even though we were shown very little in the teaser, we still learned something new and interesting about the Digital Circus. We just took a peek into Pomni's room and found out what she does there. So, I also want to touch on the topic of the release schedule for new episodes of the amazing Digital Circus. There is such a possibility that the pilot is an introduction to the series that it's not even the first episode. And if this is indeed the case, then the episodes in the series will be released much faster. Perhaps the developers will publish the sequel on January 14th, exactly 3 months later, or maybe there will be other dates for the release of new episodes. So far, the developers don't give us specific dates, but they give us more and more different hints about the second episode, and that means that it will be released very soon. What do you think about all this? What do you think of the new teaser from the developers? What ideas and theories do you have? Be sure to share with me in the comments. Maybe it's your theory that I'll tackle in one of my next videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all good luck, and bye-bye.